Public notice: Senator Prince Ned Nwoko not in political competition with anybody. The Senator Prince Ned Nwoko's media has watched with keen interest how some persons have taken it upon themselves, for whatsoever reason best known to them, to condemn and discredit the most proactive senator of the 10th National Assembly. Though we are aware of some persons commissioned in Agbor to go to the media and make noise against Senator Ned Nwoko to avoid him coming back as senator in 2027 under the PDP. We didn't know that this desperation is this much, as they have cooked up strategies to achieve such aim. The recent use of the one-year video testimony of Senator Natasha Uduaghan to discredit Senator Ned Nwoko is the major reason of this broadcast. It is very good to always give back to the people you represent. Everyone has his or her priorities, not in a way to do comparison with Natasha's projects, but to educate the uninformed and let them know their Senator Prince Ned Nwoko isn't playing at the Senate but actually doing more than any other senator legislatively. Below are some of the notable works of Senator Prince Ned Nwoko and some questions you need to ask or answer. Where did Natasha Uduaghan get the funds from? Can anyone that has shared Natasha's video and picture tell us which year's budget she used and present the signposts of her projects? She is a legislator, and so can those sharing her videos show us her bills and motions? Those who have seen and read the achievements of Ned Nwoko's first year in office and are still asking what the senator is doing are mere pretenders and enemies of truth. Now listen to this. Ned Nwoko has been able to get approval for the medical school. Do we undermine such? Ned Nwoko attracted the mini sports facility. Can you equate the value of such? Ned Nwoko has done 3 tranches of empowerment where over 1,000 Anyoma people got 150,000 naira, 100,000 naira respectively. Ned Nwoko has carried out medical outreach program. Ned Nwoko has trained constituents in different skill acquisition programs. Ned Nwoko empowered farmers with training and giving them fertilizers. Ned Nwoko saw to the employment of so many Anyoma people into the National Commission. Ned Nwoko brought street lights to some parts and others soon to get. Ned Nwoko donated millions to support security outfits in Anyoma Nation. Ned Nwoko influenced the work you are seeing now in the Benin-Asaba Expressway. Ned Nwoko, a legislator, has the highest bills and motions in the Senate.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We stand. Any which way. We stand.
Ned Nwoko, a legislator, has the highest bills and motions in the Senate, and many of them have passed both first and second reading. Ned Nwoko brought out the king of Okwama, who was arrested following the killings of soldiers in Okwama. Ned Nwoko went for the release of those arrested in Onitsha Lona. Ned Nwoko is the only representative to visit all the oil companies in Anyoma to ensure they are doing the needful. Senator Prince Ned Nwoko, who is not a usual politician, opened to all that there's money in the state and pushed for the step down of the IPP for us to have 24 hours light. He not only sponsored a bill for this, but met with the Minister of Power and Energy, who promised 2025. For speedy development, Ned Nwoko approached the state government, but they declined. Ned Nwoko, after his bills, also visited the Ministry of Water Resources over the Ogwashiku Dam. It was clear from the written response of the minister that it is now the state government's duty to play their part by building water plants and do piping to homes and farms for irrigation purposes, but the state also declined that there is no money because of the payments of debts Okowa left. Nwoko has been able to put many projects in the 2024 budget, which runs in billions, and now that the budget has been approved by Mr. President, soon many other projects will begin to spring up. Senator Prince Ned Nwoko is the only legislator that openly shared how much the constituency project fund for 2024 showing transparency. Ned Nwoko has been assisting too many people health-wise and has donated millions for this purpose. Ned Nwoko is not in competition with anyone, everyone with their priorities. Senator Prince Ned Nwoko is an international man and he is bringing in such standard. It is therefore unnecessary to compare him or discredit him because of other people's achievements. Chief Senator Rich K. Enuans, Ned Media Directorate.
Very possible. How? Wow, what is the need? Well, the need is for self-determination. Let me tell you this. I represent 9 local government areas. My constituency is made up of 9 local government areas. Out of these 9 local government areas, 6 of them are oil and gas producing. We are predominantly an agricultural
agrarian
people, and but of course some of it have been devastated through oil and oil pollutions. But to have a state is something that our ancestors, our people have been clamoring for over 50 years.
Let me say this publicly. I feel, and I say it, I've said it on Arise TV. You saw the Arise TV interview? I said it to you. I said, look, Ndokwa nation is the most deprived of all the nations, all the sub-nations in Anyama.
I understand what every responsible government should do. In any part of the world, governments are there to provide for the people. And aside providing for the people, they must also provide an enabling environment for those who want to do things on their own. So there are basic 2 functions for me that are so fundamental. But you see, in Nigeria, government don't think that they are responsible for the people, especially for the vulnerable. I mean, how do disabled people survive? You know, how do unemployed people survive? You know, what can the government do to make sure that there's dignity, amongst this class of people? I mean, this function, this duty to provide for the people must be taken seriously. It's not just something you do by way of a show of sympathy. You know, this is what I see from the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs activities. You know, they make some billions available to the ministry, and then
they're like the government charity, basically.
No, it's worse than that. You know, what they do, basically they make some money available to them, and then they go back to their various states and choose who they like. In most cases, they just choose their friends, their families, or even steal half of the money. The money doesn't get to those that are meant to be targeted. So it must be an entitlement. The government must see itself as having the obligation to provide for those people. I mean, because if they don't do it, but who will?